Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gaming Droid, and welcome back to Legion. We have a new Legion member. We have Shweebe, or Shweebe. Hey Shweebe!
Hello. Glad to be playing with you today, Droid. This is awesome.
So, as you all guys, or everyone who watches knows, I play with all sorts of people in the Legion, and we just get together and collab on stuff. Today we're going to be doing Cabal. Shweebe is a new member of the Legion, and I will be linking her channel in the description below and on the link card at the end of the videos. So, pop on over and have a look. You do a lot of... at the moment you did quite a few horror games, you've been doing some streams for Final Fantasy, things like that, yeah?
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with them. I'm trying to get more into the mini games. I did recently just do like a Sims 4 to try and get out of my comfort zone to see, if it was something that I could do. And it was pretty successful. I've already gotten some requests to try and do some of the other challenges and make like a gaming mansion. So I figured that'd be a great way to get the community involved.
That sounds absolutely awesome. So guys, if you are into some Sims videos, I'm not going to be doing any Sims, so head on over to Shweebe and have a look at that. See if you can throw her some extra challenges to make her life living hell.
Oh, yay.
So
all the fun.
In the meantime, one of the disadvantages with Cabals is there's no friend list, so I'll do a count to 3, we'll click play, and we'll see if we end up in a match together. Are you ready to play me at Cabal?
I am ready to lose. I'm so bad at it.
3, 2, 1, play! It's finding someone. It's looking. Is there an opponent to play? I wanted to know, are you playing classic or modern mode?
I was in classic.
No, I'm in classic mode as well. That's perfect.
Oh, okay.
So it should pair us up soon.
I wonder, could you do a Steam invite maybe, and it would be faster that way, or no, because it's not set up yet?
At the moment, the issue is they came from a mobile platforms basis, so they aren't really set up for invites and things like that. So I am TL Droid. Are you playing?
Oh, good. I am player, lots of numbers and stuff.
Yeah, that's part of the system. They link you through to your Steam account. So because they link you to your Steam account, they don't want to give you your Steam name. So they just give you a random set of numbers and letters because they don't know if you want to use your name in the game, basically. You can change that in the settings menu. You can put your account name in.
Gone through all the tutorials and I've played a bunch of practice rounds. Kind of get it, but I don't know.
It is a interesting game to play. It was originally actually a proper card game. You actually had a proper board on which to play. And there's some interesting sort of sub-mechanics. The classic mode's a little bit more difficult than modern mode.
This reminds me
Reminds you an awful lot of...
Oh, sorry, Magic the Gathering, which I played the crap out of in college.
Yes, there are some certain similarities to Magic the Gathering. The attack and defense is very similar to a lot of things that, like Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone. There's a lot of games like that that have come out recently.
Stone, is that any good?
Hearthstone's a pretty decent card game. Like, it's based off the World of Warcraft mythos and World of Warcraft world. You don't have a battle board like this. It is lines of cards, much more like Magic the Gathering would be.
Ah, okay.
But instead of having a source of land like this one, you have a source of resources on the board and from certain characters. In Hearthstone, it just ramps up each turn. You get more. So it's a slightly more predictable pattern.
I really like the art design.
It's very sort of like 1920s gangster is what I relate to it.
Love the picture for the lady.
The Lady of Ulster. Have you sort of found out like you can right click on opponents' cards and opponents' creatures to see them?
Oh, to see what they do?
Yes, so you can see different people's abilities and powers.
Oh. Oh. As. Okay. Intern.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. So, since you've sort of started, well, you've been around on YouTube for a long time now, but since you started, what's been the major changes that you've made to your channel? I know that most YouTubers go through cycles of changing bits and pieces on their channel. What have you been up to on your sort of, what's really different than you expected it to be here on running a channel?
I would honestly say, well, a couple of different things have changed, honestly. When I first started YouTube, it was very like if you watch like the first, I want to say like the 20 videos, any one of them, like I didn't bother doing a webcam, and I really didn't talk all that much. For what series it was, I finally decided, all right, balls up, do the damn webcam, and you'll just, you'll get more accustomed to it. And I got a lot of wonderful feedback, and I say honestly, within this last couple of months, just talking to new content creators and getting more confident in doing that in general, I've had a blast with it. We're talking like just content wise, I would say the channel itself has, like, style wise, has definitely, I've gone through like 5 different banners. Finally fell in love with the ones that I have.
I think every now and then, like, a lot of YouTubers feel the urge to redesign their banners, redesign the art on their channel, and I don't think necessarily it's well, I certainly don't think it's a bad thing. Now, you're getting into a position where you've got more creatures on the board than me, you've got ownership of a half the board, I'm in a position where I'm kind of at risk, so I'm just going to reset things to 0. And
Damn it!
and we'll go again from there.
No! You sneak devil! What in the world? Fine, I'm putting this out there. Ha.
Ooh.
Goodness, Callie, what's the matter?
Okay, so kind of, I assume you have some sort of knowledge of the kind of, this is slightly sort of Call of Cthulhu-esque, 1920s, 1930s, horror-esque creatures and things. So the Strega is a fantasy creature, a horror creature, and the idea is she's a sort of forsaken witch, and she feeds off corpses. So your Striga gets more powerful and makes the battle more your favourite, makes the battle more beneficial to you the longer she stays alive and the more things she kills. So yeah, I want to kill her quickly.
Yep.
I like that. No.
Oh, I watched it was your most recent video where you were doing the Celtic symbols on like the little wild wood chips or whatever.
Yes, over
that
on
was
Learning
really
Droid.
cool. When did you start doing that?
So I've been doing pyrography for a few years over on the Learning Droid. I literally picked it up just as a hobby, and when I picked it up, I looked around on YouTube, as most people would do, for a little bit of kind of instruction and videos, and lots of the stuff on YouTube was grandmasters doing beautiful picture-perfect images of people's faces, and I was like, yeah, not a chance. I'm just gonna, start playing about with bits of wood and posting it up on YouTube, and I've got a surprisingly good response from people who've been really interested in just seeing someone basically pumble along in the darkness trying to make a better thing.
I mean, it was so different. I honestly have never seen anything like it. Oh, cool. I'd love to do something. So I have so many hobbies that I'm in the middle of. I can't.
Yes, that is one of the issues. Is we all have a whole stack of hobbies. We're gamers. I'm a martial artist. I do pyrography. I do sign language, and I'm sure, like, at the moment, you're a gamer, obviously.
You do sign language? I'm so jelly. I want to do that.
It's surprisingly easy to get into. The most complicated bit to get into is the alphabet, but like people who do sign language, the deaf communities that brought sign language forward as a thing, they're not there to make it complicated. So they don't like it's not this deep, complicated thing. To say hello, you wave.
Right.
To
I mean,
say-
I figure most of it is like what we do on a general basis.
And
More
then
to it.
when you start to get into a bit more sort of the specific stuff, then they get a bit more complicated, like ownership. If you want to say that person, you point at them. But if you want to say that that person owns something, in British Sign Language you use a closed fist, and you basically gesture at them with a closed fist, because a closed fist means to hold something, to own something. So if I gesture at you with a closed fist, I'm saying yours. If I gesture at me with a closed fist, I'm saying mine. So it does become a bit more complicated, but at the same time it makes a wonderful sort of logical sense when you start to put it all together.
I don't know if you own a cat, but Callie is one of those where she'll be calm 1 minute and then the next minute running around the house like what she's doing now. Cut it out. Laying in the curtains. Howling. Sing me the song of your people, cat.
Sing me the song of your people. Oh dear. Yes, my family do own a couple of cats, or 3 cats. We got all 3 as kittens at the same time.
Aww.
That was royal madness. They're settling down a little bit now, they've got grown up a bit, but they still have a desire to rip anything they find apart. What is that? Ooh, a leshy. Ouch.
I've got to go through this deck and actually get rid of some of the more expensive.
Some of the cards
I
can
can't
be
afford
quite
them.
expensive. It is interesting that because of the loyalty system that gets put in classic mode, like some of your cards can start out very expensive but end up being much, much cheaper. I'm going to do that and then bring you up here. And then you up here, you across, and you across. There we go. So, in the tutorial it teaches you about the whole domination points, which is the castles and how you earn them and sort of how you win games using those. It's a nice little timing limit, I think, because of the way the victory is done by taking over the opponent's castle. Like, you can basically delay for turn after turn after turn by just holding your castle. It kind of forces people to go out onto the map, because if you own the whole map you're going to win via domination points very quickly. I think it's quite an elegant way of putting a time limit on a map, or putting a time limit on a game, without actually putting a time limit on there. I thought they were quite clever with that one.
Okay. Hey there. See if I care. I do enjoy the fact that they have like a booster.
Yes, the boost packs.
Yeah, I thought that was so clever. I was like, oh, it's almost exactly like Magic the Gathering, at least in the sense of like purchasing cards, which is what I loved way back when. Like, I'd stop playing the game, but every now and then I'll still go buy a pack just to look at the new cards. 'Cause I'm like, oh, these are awesome.
A lot of the online card games do have that. Wait, why did that do no damage? I just spent my resources to damage you and it did nothing. Brilliant. That's because of course you've got toughness, which means I have to do at least that much damage in one go. You don't take part damage, right? Didn't completely forgot that rule. But yeah, an awful lot of the games, sort of on-game card games, do have those packs you can buy to benefit yourself, and to get little bits and pieces. It's one of the things me and John like about Duelist, is just buying the little spirit orbs and seeing what we get.
I can't wait for this to go live because I have a feeling it's going to be maybe not incredibly different, but it's going to have more stuff added to it.
I definitely think there's going to be some interesting changes once they take it going live. There's going to be some interesting variations to what happens. One thing that was kind of pointed out, oh, okay, you're going straight for my base. That could be a problem.
Ooh. Go big or go home at this point.
Yep, it is.
Either taking your base or I'm dying.
It is a case of sometimes you can slip a unit around and charge the enemies back, and because there is no hit points on the hero, it is actually an interesting way that you can literally just take over. You can just win, just pop the enemy.
Ah, that didn't work.
No, I kind of saw what you were doing. I dropped a card on you called Descending Clouds, which prevents your unit from dealing any damage for a turn. So I preempted what I was expecting you to do, which is try and take my castle out.
God dang it.
Boom, boom. What can I do? What can I do? Do that.
Trapped.
And on the next turn, I win from domination points because I'm up to 59 domination points. So unless you can take my castle in a turn.
Right? I'm just gonna throw this card over there and that's gonna count.
Do you remember when you used to play Magic the Gathering, people used to make up their own cards?
Oh my god, yes, we used to do that. It was so much fun. 'Cause we used to have like cards we didn't care about because they were like the 15th duplicate of that same crap card that you'd always get.
Yep.
So, and there was this website where you could go on and you can like put your own, make up like these weird things. College, a laminating machine. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make like, guys, if you want, let me know what you want done, and I'll like draw the picture for it or whatever. Let me tell you, those decks got ridiculous.
Oh god, yeah. We used to play a version of Magic the Gathering we used to call Grey Border, where basically you had the black border cards, the white border cards, the gold border cards, which was the official cards. We used to do grey border cards, which were cards we'd made up ourselves, and we had some weird ones. We had ones like tear this card into 4 pieces and throw it onto the battlefield. Any card the pieces touch get instantly dismissed from the battle.
Yes. You know that those actually became a real card?
Seriously?
Yeah, that's a real card. It's called, I don't remember, but it was part of what they considered the oak deck cards, and you knew that they were not like they also had like a silver lining or something, but it always had like these goofy pictures, and literally it said on the card, take this card, tear it up into like a bazillion pieces, and fling it at your opponent's deck. Whatever the pieces land on, those cards are null and
I didn't know about this. They actually did that.
They did, and I know about this because it was at a local tournament here in New York, and that's why the kid did it, and it's not like he really cared because it was like a $50 card because it's so rare.
Because tearing it up.
Exactly. So because he tore it up and the judge came by, and at the time that wasn't illegal for them to use, they were like, yeah, it counts. You won. Here's your prize money. After that, they're like, no more joke cards. They're not allowed.
Yeah, no more silver borders. Wow. So playing that, you've probably got yourself a little bit of gold. You get quests for just playing with people online and things. And you can use that to purchase yourself some extra decks and stuff. But thank you very much for doing a collab with me. We've been here 20 minutes playing a delightful little card game, Cabal. And I will collab with you again at some point, and you can pick a game in which you can squish me like a bug.
Yes, because I knew I was going to lose like a champ, and I did. I had a blast though, Dread. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming, Shweebe. And everybody, link at the bottom, link in the end card. Check out Shweebe. And this has been Cabals. Bye. Say bye, Shweebe.
Bye.